If Assassination Rogue feels slow, clunky or complete energy starved, your build is wrong. This spec is not about burst spikes, it's an engine. Bleeds generate energy, energy fuels the venoms, the venom applies the poisons, and the poisons feed the engine again. And once that loop is running, Assa Rogue becomes one of the most consistent damage specs in the game. Today I'll show you the mandatory talents that you cannot skip, the apex talents that define the build, how to fix energy issues, the correct rotation and burst windows, the best stats and the tier interactions, and how everything connects together. So let's dive right onto it. So we're gonna start with the rotation, and we're gonna go through improved growth, so you can have the 50% increased damage on the growth. We're gonna apply the bleed, so you're gonna apply rupture. After that we're gonna go through the burst, so you're gonna apply Death's Mark, Kingsbane, which will give us the full combo point as you saw on screen. And after that you want to apply the bleed to all targets, so you're gonna go to Crimson Tempest while you apply the Venoms. After you apply the first Venom, you want to apply as much Venoms as possible, so you can utilize the most of the first apex talent that you have, the first node. And that's basically the rotation. You don't want to use Shiv after the Kingsbane because it doesn't amplify the damage like it was on the War Within. So for the rotation that's basically it. The only change is that we apply the bleeds to other targets with Crimson Tempest, and not by doing Vanish and apply the bleeds again like it was on the War Within. They basically want to starve the energy on the Assa Rogue. They want to make the energy important thing on all classes. So I think that's a thing that we're gonna have to deal on midnight, and yeah, that's basically it for the rotation. Alright, so let's start with the talents build. Assassination in midnight still revolves around maximizing poison damage, maintaining bleed up time, and efficiently cycling finishers. The build focuses on improving venom windows, poison applications, and energy efficiency. This setup works extremely well for both raids and mythic plus scenarios. So right now we're gonna go through the talents that you cannot miss, basically. Right, so as we can see on the screen, the apex talents for Assassination Rogue are the implacable talents. This basically on the rank 1 makes your Venom get 10% increased damage, and after your Venom expires you basically gain 20% increased energy regeneration for 5 seconds, which is very good. And on top of that you gain an additional 15% energy regeneration for each Venom that you used while the bonus was active, up to 80% total. So as you guys can see, this is the most important part because we can start having more energy regeneration with this talent, and that's what was the problem with Assassination Rogue. We were completely energy starved and we could not basically do any damage. The only problem right now it's a little bit of the spreading of the bleeds, but we go through that on a second. So the second node is, just makes your talents and bleeds abilities increase 20% more damage. And the rank 3, after you strike with Kingsbane, it rapidly strikes the target 5 times over 1 second, inflicting 5000 physical damage and almost 7000 nature damage. Each strike applies the little poisons that you have on your weapons and generates combo points. So what's the next talent that we want to use? The next talent is Venomous Wounds. Why we want to use Venomous Wounds? Because again, it's a talent that helps us gaining energy regeneration. So as you can see, it's a passive that you gain 3 energy each time Garrote or Rupture deals bleed damage to a target. So you want to apply the bleeds to every target that's possible on the screen, on the pool that you're doing. So it can take a while, of course, because you can only apply it to targets with Crimson Tempest, but I believe that can be changed on the next tuning, I believe. For the Venomous Wound, that's basically it. And the next talent that we want to use, it's Motivated Murder. Motivated Murder, as we can see on the screen, it increases our energy regeneration by 20%, which is very good. And of course we always want to use every talent that gives us energy, because as we said multiple times, the Assa Rogue had the energy starving problem. So the next talent that we want to use is Sulfate. So Sulfate makes the critical strikes with attacks that generate combo points grant an additional combo point per critical strike hit, which is very good. The next talent, of course, that we want to use It's on the rogue part, and it's the vigor. Why we want to use the vigor? Because we are going to use the Tistel Ts. And if you're going to use the Tistel Ts, you're going to have vigor. Why we want to use the vigor? It's because it increases our maximum energy by 100 and the energy regeneration by 10%, an additional 10%. So the next talent that we don't want to miss is of course improve growth. As we know, we now apply the DeathStalker mark through growth, and improve growth basically deals 50, makes growth deals 50% increased damage, and has no cooldown when used from stealth, or 6 seconds after breaking stealth. So this is very good, and we want to utilize this always on the beginning of the pool just to apply the DeathStalker mark. And the next two talents that we want to use, it's Sanguine Stratagem and Deeper Stratagem. Both of them makes the same thing, as we can see on the screen. They basically gave us one additional combo point each and makes our finishers deal 5% increased damage. So for the talents, that's basically it. Alright, so now we're gonna go through the talents that I use on Mythic Plus. So for Mythic Plus I use DeathStalker, and these are the talents. Of course everything is gonna be on the description down below, so you guys don't need to worry, as always. So this is the build for M+, and the build that I use for single target, it's actually the Fateboundr one. So for single target, this is the build that I use. And of course, if you guys want to import your talents, everything is gonna be on the description. So for the talents, that's it. Okay, for the stats, what we want? We want Mastery, Crit, Haste, and Versa. That's literally the stats. I believe that those were the same stats that we wanted on the War Within, so nothing changes here. And yeah, that's basically it. So right now we're gonna see how the tier set and the Apex talents connect together. So as you can see right now on the screen, the tier set, the two pieces makes growth damage increase by 30%, and it also applies your weapons poisons. With the 4 piece, your growth energy is reduced by 10, your mutilate, ambush and fan of knives deal 25% increased damage to targets affected by your weapons poisons. So as we can see, this tier set from all the rogues, unfortunately it's the one that impacts less the overall damage. The 4 piece it's actually good because you're gonna utilize a lot of fan of knives to deal damage on AoE scenarios, and we're gonna go through mutilate on single targets also. So the 4 set can actually be good and really impactful, but the 2 set is not really that great. So we're gonna see how this impacts when it comes out and everything. So this, of course, everything can change here. From all the guides that I did, it can change because we're gonna go have tunings from the 17th until the 24th. So we're gonna see how the tuning is gonna impact all the classes. But anything, we're gonna go through a quick guide just to see how the impact changes. So for the tier set, that's basically it. Alright guys, so this guide came to an end. I hope this Assa Rogue guide helped you in any form possible. If it did, please drop a like and a subscribe, that would really help me. The next video, it's gonna be a full and complete UI guide, because my UI it's already changed from what it was from the other videos, and I'm gonna update you guys on that too. So thank you for watching, my name is Mujget, and I see you on the next video.